Hi, random stranger. If you stumbled onto this video while studying Mandarin Chinese, but you don't know what Danmei is, or you're offended by same-sex relationships, or it's illegal for you to access LGBT content for any reason, this is not the right video for you. Please press the back button. Thanks and good luck with your studies. If you're still here and you do know what Danmei is, welcome. Having conversations in any language is not just about making statements. We also need to know how to ask questions to keep the conversation going. Also, if you're planning to take the HSK exam, you need to understand the questions for you to give the right answers. In this video, I'll be covering how to form basic questions in Mandarin to ask what, who, where, why, and how questions. The first word for today is 什么, which is equivalent to what in English.
这是什么？白萝卜。
这是什么? Literally, this is what.
你干什么？
干什么？脱衣服啊？
你干什么? What are you up to?
想知道什么？尽管问。
想知道什么? Literally, want, know what. In some textbooks, 什么 is called a question pronoun because wherever it appears in a question, it can be replaced by other words in order to form the answer. In Lesson 1, we learned that to ask someone's name, we say 你叫什么名字? Which can be answered by saying 我叫, followed by your name. So here, 什么名字 acts as a placeholder for whatever your name is. As a different example, let's look at this clip from The Untamed.
除非什么？
除非蓝湛你喜欢绵绵。
Here, Ji asks, unless what? And Wei Wuxian answers, unless Lan Zhan, you like Mian Mian. Of course, it's okay to just give the answer without repeating all the words that appear before 什么.
想知道什么？尽管问。血语谈花。
And just like the English word what, 什么 can also be used to express surprise or annoyance.
哦，什么？急事？殿下，殿里有事。
数15。
什么？50币格？可恶！我堂堂。
Another question pronoun is 谁 or 谁, which is equivalent to the English who or whom. I usually hear this pronounced as 谁, so for the purpose of this video, I'm sticking to that pronunciation.
谁？阿乔。
Questions formed with 谁 are often preceded by 是, which we learned from lesson 1 means is, am, or are.
哟，这人是谁呀？他认得四季山庄的流云九公不？
这人是谁呀? Literally, this person is who? The ya here is used to express emphasis, so 邹子书 could be interpreted as saying, who's this guy? And of course, who could forget this classic scene from TGCF?
是谁？
Just like 什么, to answer a question formed using 谁, just replace 谁 with the information. Let's take a scene from Word of Honor where Ye Bai eats a ton of food, then asks the crowd,
这顿谁请啊？
啊？什么？
这顿谁请啊? Here, 顿 is a measure word for meals. We already learned in lesson 2 that 请 has several meanings, and one of them is to pay for someone's meal or act as a host. In the clip, when Kexing eagerly shouts,
哎，我请。哎，好嘞。哎，好嘞。走，哎，
走吧。
我请你。
我请, which is a shortened form of 这顿我请, and this answers Ye Bai's question. And just like 什么, it's perfectly fine to not repeat the words before 谁 when answering.
那里面是谁？
你希望里面是谁啊？
你
你希望是谁，那就肯定不是谁喽。
Next, to ask where someone or something is, you can say 哪里 or 哪儿。
哎，你们在哪？你们看塔，看塔，哪里？哎，
那 means which, and li means inside. Nar is the Arhuayin version of Nali. I might do a future video about Arhuayin, but for now, just know that these two words are interchangeable. Let's look at two common questions that use Nali or Nar.
去哪儿啊？这就入职了。
对，
To ask where someone or something is going, ask 去哪里 or 去哪儿。
说出戒指在哪儿。
Zainali or Zainar is used to ask where someone or something is currently located. One of Bai Rong's lines in the Thousand Autumns Donghua is a good learning moment since we're talking about 那里.
合欢宗是我从小长大的地方，若不在那里，我又要去哪里？
I think lines like this are interesting because they have both 那里 and 那里. 那里 means that place, but it sounds very similar to 那里. It's subtle, but if you listen to it a few times, you'll hear the difference. One expression we can use to ask why is 为什么? We already know that 什么 means what. 为 means for or in order to. Unlike the first three questions in this lesson, 为什么 is not a question pronoun, and it usually appears at the start of what is being asked.
我们都走了1夜了，为什么不再画个缩地阵啊？那他为什么不画？
活着为什么会如此痛苦？那我到底是为什么还要活在这个世上？
For questions 2 and 3, you might notice that the subject of the question is far away from the rest of what is being asked about it. I look at these as examples of the topic comment sentence structure. I Heart Mandarin has a really good video about this, which I will link to in the description. To answer a question that starts with 为什么, you can just give the reason or explanation, or you can start by saying 因为, which means because. Let's look at this clip from Sleuth of Ming Dynasty, where Sui Zhou asks this about a suspect.
他为什么还要干？
Tang Fan gives a lot of background information and concludes by saying,
无论如何，他都得干下去，因为他不干，就会有别人干。
Last but not least, to ask a how question, you can say 怎么.
您到底是哪朝哪代何方神圣？怎么成的人母？怎么跑到我的剑里去的？
This 怎么 often appears in set phrases like 怎么样? How about it? What do you think?
怎么样？还不错吧？
And 怎么了? What's wrong? What happened?
怎么了？看你的样子好像挺怕他的。
了 has many meanings, but here you can think of it as indicating a change of state or a completion of an action. So a simple way to translate this expression would be, how come you are in this state? Or how did things become like this? There's no set expression for answering a question that has 怎么, but here's a noteworthy example.
那你怎么到现在还敢站他旁边？
因为站他旁边没有蛇来咬啊。
If you noticed, Xie Yan's answer started with 因为, which brings me to another point. In some cases, 怎么 can be translated as why.
怎么又是我呀？
怎么没声啊？信号不好吗？
Now that you've learned to make and answer what, who, where, why, and how questions, try forming your own questions and answering them. Or, in Zhao Yunlen's case, sometimes it's better not to answer at all.
你怎么知道我家卧室那边有窗户啊？
By the way, I've made another set of HSK3 Level 1 characters and their lookalikes. It's free to download and the link is in the description. And that's it for Lesson 5. Bye for now.